What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Blake's Garage. Today we're going to be working on old Eugene. Eugene's got upgraded speakers in the factory locations throughout. I also upgraded the sub, but I haven't installed an aftermarket sub. So we're going to work on that. Today is going to be phase one, where I'm going to be installing some Dynamat to help with the sound and the rattling that Jeeps just do. So let's have a look what I got and let's get started. So Eugene has this Tuffy Security enclosure, and as you can tell, it's very echoey. So if I put a subwoofer in underneath there, it's just going to rattle. So phase one of install for the aftermarket subwoofer is going to be dynamatting this panel so that we don't get all the rattles associated with having a subwoofer. I want it to be a nice clean sound and not obnoxious. So the first thing I'm going to do is take this thing out, which is going to be a chore because it's in there. But I think taking it out is going to make it a lot easier to work with. Alright, so we got the Tuffy box removed. I left the back panel here because I think I can Dynamat it in place. We got the top section here. If you guys don't have one of these, they're awesome. They secure the back of the Jeep when the door's closed. Even if you don't have a top on it, it makes a trunk. It allows you to store your valuables, stuff like that. Like if you go to the beach or you're camping or whatever, you can lock it in there. And when you close the back door and lock the doors of the Jeep, even if you don't have doors up front, this is still locked and enclosed and secured. It also works great when you travel because it gives you a shelf, so you can double stack suitcases on the bottom, suitcases on the top, and you get a lot more space in a very small rig if you're taking a road trip. It works really good. I also added a retention holster to mine. Just a fun little project I did a few years ago. If I run into the gym or I go somewhere that I can't carry, I'm able to place my handgun in here, and then when I close the back of the Jeep, it's secured. It's not in the center console where somebody can just open it up or break it. It's behind steel walls and nobody can steal it. Works pretty good. Alright, so this is the Dynamat that I bought. Found it on Amazon. I only got 18 square feet because this is a small area and I'm only doing the middle part. I'm not doing the sides. I may do the back door of the Jeep if I have some left over, but I'm not sure yet. It looks pretty good. The reviews were really good. It said the adhesive was nice. It's pretty thick. It's got a paper backing. Should be easy to cut. Easy to install. I also picked up a set of installation tools. I don't know if I need these really, but they were only like $15. I figured if I got halfway through it and I needed them and I didn't have them, we'd have a problem. So I'm going to start laying this out, see what I need to cut. I'm going to do this panel first, and then once I learn how to do it on this secured, stable table, then we'll figure out how to do it on this one because it's a little floppy. And I may need some help on it. So we'll see. Alright, so I'm going to get this stuff laid out. It's really hot. So once I get started, I'm just going to set up the time lapse so I can turn on the fan. The fan makes so much noise that you guys won't be able to hear me anyway. So let's get started. Alright, this section is done. I got the sides, I got the main part. I went ahead and added a little bit on this lip, not really because it needs sound deadening, but because that's where it overlaps the back plate. And I've had issues with this rattling before, just the metal, contacting metal, just bumps on the road, so I know it's going to rattle with bass. So I went ahead and put a layer there as a seal. I'm going to go ahead and move this one out of the way. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull that one out because it's only 2 bolts. And it'll be much easier to do on the table here. So I'm going to get set up for that and then we'll knock that one out. Alright, so I got the back panel pulled out. I got it laid out on the table here. I went ahead and cleaned up all the dust and dirt that had built up on it. I think this one's going to be pretty simple. I've already tested one of the sheets and it's going to be pretty much full sheets all the way up. So I think just a couple of those, maybe a piece of one in the middle, and we'll be good. So I'm going to get set up and knock it out real quick. Shouldn't take long. Alright, so that panel's done. It's a lot easier even than I thought it was going to be. I had a leftover piece to fill in the gap here, so I didn't have to cut up any more. So I think I've got 2 sheets left of this Dynamat. I think I'm going to be able to have enough to at least cover the rattly part of the back door. This part over here is pretty solid, but this part definitely needs some help. So I'm going to see if I can get something laid out to cover that up. Hopefully that'll help with some of the noise. Alright, so I got the main part of the door covered. Sounds a lot better now. Hopefully that'll keep it from rattling. I hope I can get the plastic piece back on. There's still a few areas that kind of sound hollow, but I'm going to go with it. It'll be easy to add more Dynamat to this if I have to later. Not so easy on the Tuffy enclosure, so we'll go ahead and stop there. Next step in this process will be installing the wires for the amplifier, but that's going to be a different video, so we'll pick back up on reinstallation of the Tuffy box after I get done with that.